So first off, guys, I just want to give a big shout out to Ulithurk or Lyserg on Fairlina, who brought this to my attention. I basically broke everything down. So everything I'm about to tell you in this video has come directly from him. I'm just his voice. So if you want something to do in the pre-patch, this video could be for you. Now, you're probably thinking, well, I've got loads to do in the pre-patch. I'm going to be PvPing, I'm going to be getting TBC prep done by stacking my quest log, or I'm going to be farming gold for my epic mount. You know, whatever way you're going to do it, absolutely fine. This is just another option for you keen anglers out there. Before we get into it, make sure you like if you do like the video. Obviously, really helps out massively. And if you could subscribe, if you're not subscribed, so you don't miss any future TBC content, which there's going to be lots of it. And then obviously, whatever comes next, Wrath of the Lich King, probably. But let's get into it. So if you saw my video about Neverweave Cloth dropping from the Unliving Residence and all those mobs outside Karazhan, then you'll know that it's basically a 70 zone now, you know, Deadwind Pass, even though it's not a level 70 zone because it's just going to be in the pre-patch, but it pretty much is. So even the water, so like the river that runs all the way from Karazhan to basically the entrance of Deadwind Pass, is dropping TBC fish. So why is this good? I mean, well, firstly, it's going to give you something to do. You do need max fishing. You know, you're going to need to use an aqua dynamic float or whatever you want to call it. Skill wise, not an issue. I'm not even quite max fishing. I'm like 293 and I'm just using bright baubles, and I'm rarely getting your fish got away. So, you know, literally if you've got 300 fishing skill with just a bulk standard +5 fishing pole and you use the +75 lures, you'll catch these. You'll get the odd one get away maybe, but that's about it. I wasn't having any issues really at all. There's a few types of fish that drop here. So you get barbed gill trout, which that's not really for any decent buff food if I'm completely honest, but it's still a good way to get some cheap cooking points. You know, if you stock up on these now, it just makes some actual normal food. It's not actually buff food, it's just normal food, which I'll put on screen. Let me just tell you exactly what you're going to get from here first. You can get crescent tail skullfish, barbed gill trout, lightning eel, and bloodfin catfish. There's only really one or two of them that are really useful. The catfish is not too bad actually, because you can make 8 resistance to all schools of magic buff food. I can't really see many people using that outside of, I don't know, maybe if the tank needs an extra 8 resistance and they want to use it for Hydros or something like that in SSC. But the lightning eel is actually quite useful for storm chops. So if you don't know what storm chops is, you can get that from the cooking daily, which we already know is going to be in the game. So if you get lucky and you get storm chops and you've stocked up on lightning eel, and I know you can get lightning eel in Classic anyway, but you might not have any, so you can get stocked up on it now outside Karazhan while you're getting everything else. Now there's also the Craftsman's Writ, which is for lightning eel as well, so it could actually make these quite useful, because again you will want the Ice Guard enchant from Argent Dawn for Hydros, you know, for your max frost resist tank. So again, that could be quite useful. So there's multiple purpose for this fish, you know, it's not just for the buff food, but the real reason you're probably going to do this is actually for the 20 crit food. So the crescent tail skullfish you can turn into soup, which makes 20 crit, 20 spirit food. Now crit is going to be useful for shamans, boomies, certain mage specs. You know, it's going to have its place basically. It is a recipe from the cooking daily again, but you can stock up on mass amounts of this fish outside Karazhan during the pre-patch. Start doing your cooking dailies pretty much straight away. Once you get this recipe, bang, you can start smashing out 20 crit, 20 spirit food, probably before anyone else. So you could use this as a good way to make gold, or stock up on your own buff food, or whatever you want to do with it really. As I say, outside of that, that's about it. But it's just really, in case you didn't know and you like fishing, you can fish and start stacking up on some of these TBC mats and TBC fish ready for when it comes out, and you can get some easy cooking points, get your cooking up before everybody else, start pumping out 20 spell crit food if you get lucky and you get the recipe from the daily, or even storm chops. But as I say, I know, just a quick one, just a real quick one, but happy Saturday everyone, and I hope you found this useful. If you did, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.